Welcome back, deep thinkers. Today, we're diving into the often misunderstood world of obsessive-compulsive disorder. Over 2% of the global population suffers from OCD, grappling with its often debilitating effects. In this video, we'll explore 10 signs you might be dealing with OCD. This information is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional diagnosis. If you resonate with any of these signs, consider reaching out to a mental health professional. Let's start with excessive cleaning and hand washing. This is a common manifestation of obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD. For someone with OCD, this need goes far beyond typical cleanliness. It becomes an all-consuming ritual that can dominate their daily routine. Imagine washing your hands until they're raw, or constantly scrubbing your home, even when it's spotless. This isn't just about being clean, it's about trying to alleviate an overwhelming sense of anxiety. This behavior stems from an intense fear of contamination and germs. The fear can be so powerful that it drives individuals to extreme lengths to feel safe. Someone with OCD might spend hours disinfecting their home or washing their hands repeatedly after touching anything from outside. This can include everyday objects like door handles, groceries, or even their own clothing. These compulsions can disrupt daily life, making simple tasks feel insurmountable. The constant need to clean can lead to exhaustion and frustration, impacting their overall well-being. It's important to distinguish between healthy hygiene habits and OCD-driven compulsions. While everyone wants to stay clean, the compulsions driven by OCD are excessive and debilitating. While regular hand washing is crucial, someone with OCD might wash their hands for a specific duration or number of times, even if it means being late for work. This ritualistic behavior can interfere with their ability to function normally in everyday life. With proper treatment and support, individuals with OCD can learn to manage their anxieties. Therapy and medication can help them regain control and reduce the impact of their compulsions, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Let's talk about the need for symmetry and order. For someone with OCD, this desire for orderliness can become all-consuming. Imagine rearranging objects endlessly until they align perfectly, or feeling unease when things are out of place. This need for symmetry extends beyond physical objects to daily routines and interpersonal relationships. Someone with OCD might need constant reassurance that their loved ones are safe, or feel compelled to confess insignificant transgressions. This need for control often stems from a deep fear of something bad happening if things aren't just right. The rituals provide a temporary illusion of safety in a chaotic world. Their behaviors are driven by an underlying anxiety disorder that requires compassion and understanding. Intrusive thoughts are one of the most misunderstood aspects of OCD. They are not just fleeting worries but persistent and distressing thoughts that can dominate a person's mind. These are unwanted distressing thoughts, images, or urges that pop into a person's mind, often without any warning. They can be incredibly vivid and disturbing. Imagine being plagued by constant, unwanted thoughts of a loved one getting hurt, or having sudden graphic images flash through your mind. These thoughts can be relentless. For someone with OCD, these thoughts feel incredibly real and threatening. They can cause immense fear and anxiety, making it hard to focus on anything else. Compulsions are repetitive behaviors performed to alleviate the anxiety caused by these thoughts. These actions can become rituals that the person feels compelled to perform. For example, someone might engage in rituals to cancel out thoughts about harming their child. These rituals can be time-consuming and exhausting. The key thing to understand is that these thoughts do not reflect a person's true desires. They are not indicative of the person's character or intentions. People with OCD are often horrified by their intrusive thoughts and would never act on them. The thoughts are in stark contrast to their values and beliefs. It's the frequency, intensity, and distress they cause that distinguish OCD from normal worries. Understanding this can help in providing the right support and treatment. Let's delve into the compulsion to check things repeatedly. This behavior is a common symptom of obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD. We all double-check things sometimes, like making sure the stove is off or the door is locked. But for someone with OCD, this checking becomes excessive and overwhelming. Imagine checking the locks on your doors dozens of times before leaving the house, or even before going to bed. This can be incredibly exhausting and stressful. This compulsion is fueled by an intense fear of something bad happening if things aren't checked. The anxiety can be so overpowering that it disrupts daily routines. These checking rituals can be incredibly time-consuming and interfere with daily life. They can make it difficult to focus on work, relationships, and other important aspects of life. Someone with OCD might repeatedly check their emails or text messages to ensure they haven't sent anything inappropriate. This can lead to hours spent on tasks that should take only minutes. These behaviors stem from an underlying anxiety that demands to be quieted. The constant need to check and recheck can create a cycle of stress and temporary relief. With therapy and support, individuals with OCD can learn to manage their anxiety. Cognitive behavioral therapy in particular has been shown to be effective in treating these compulsions. Breaking free from the cycle of checking and rechecking is possible. With the right help, individuals can regain control over their lives and reduce the impact of OCD on their daily activities. Let's address hoarding behaviors. Hoarding disorder is characterized by a persistent difficulty discarding possessions regardless of their value. Imagine a home filled to the brim with items, making it difficult to navigate or live in. For individuals with hoarding disorder, these possessions represent a sense of security or identity. The thought of discarding items can trigger overwhelming anxiety and guilt. Hoarding can strain relationships and pose serious health and safety hazards. Shaming or forcing someone to get rid of their possessions is unlikely to be helpful. Seeking professional help from a therapist specializing in hoarding disorder is essential. With the right support, individuals can break free from the cycle of acquisition and clutter. Let's explore the fear of contamination. This fear extends beyond a general aversion to dirt or germs. Imagine the simple act of shaking someone's hand becoming a minefield of anxiety. This fear can extend to everyday objects, turning ordinary activities into sources of immense stress. This fear often drives individuals to engage in elaborate cleaning rituals. These compulsions can consume hours each day, impacting work and relationships. The fear of contamination can significantly impact social interactions, leading to isolation. Their actions are a desperate attempt to manage the overwhelming anxiety triggered by the fear of contamination. The need for reassurance can become excessive for individuals with OCD. Imagine constantly questioning your every decision, seeking validation from others. This relentless need for reassurance stems from a deep-seated lack of trust in one's own judgment. The reassurance provides a fleeting sense of certainty and control. However, this constant need for validation can strain relationships. Loved ones may feel overwhelmed or resentful of the constant need for affirmation. This cycle of seeking reassurance ultimately reinforces the underlying anxiety. It prevents individuals from developing self-trust and learning to tolerate uncertainty. Let's unpack ritualistic behaviors in OCD. These rituals serve as a coping mechanism to neutralize anxiety triggered by obsessive thoughts. Imagine needing to touch a doorknob a certain number of times before entering a room. These actions, while seemingly arbitrary, hold immense power in the mind of someone with OCD. These rituals can manifest in countless ways, from elaborate counting compulsions to specific sequences of actions. These behaviors often consume significant time and energy, interfering with daily life. It's essential to remember that these rituals are not simply quirks or bad habits. They stem from a deep-seated anxiety and a desperate need to control intrusive thoughts. Avoidance is a common coping mechanism in OCD. Imagine the world shrinking as certain places become associated with overwhelming anxiety. Public transportation, crowded malls, even social gatherings, all meticulously avoided. This avoidance can significantly impact an individual's quality of life. Social isolation and missed opportunities can hinder personal growth and well-being. This avoidance ultimately reinforces the power of OCD. It's crucial to remember that avoidance is a coping mechanism, not a sign of weakness. Breaking free from avoidance requires professional help. OCD can impact decision-making, making even small choices overwhelming. Imagine choosing an outfit becoming a source of immense stress. This indecisiveness stems from a fear of making mistakes and a need for absolute certainty. This struggle extends beyond trivial choices, impacting major life decisions. This indecisiveness can lead to missed opportunities and a pervasive sense of regret. The fear of making the wrong choice becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's crucial to remember that individuals with OCD are not simply indecisive. Their struggles stem from a complex interplay of anxiety and obsessive thoughts. Thank you for watching, Deep Thinkers. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts and experiences with OCD in the comments below. Remember, OCD is a treatable condition, and seeking help is a sign of strength. With the right support, individuals with OCD can manage their anxiety and live full lives. Reach out to a mental health professional for guidance and support. Thanks for watching.